Welcome, welcome. I'm Reverend Karen Lewis. I'm the Senior Minister here at the New Vision Center, and it is my joy to welcome each and every one of you. Life is an interesting thing, isn't it? Yes. We find ourselves in such bliss here in our personal lives, in the life of this community. There's so much love that goes around. And then we look out into the world and we do see some hardship and some challenges. And just like we did last week, we will take some time and go to the place within us where we know that peace is possible. And we will hold that. I was inspired by this quote by John Lennon. Peace is not something you wish for. It is something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. And that's what we will do. So we'll light a candle. In the colors of the flag of the Ukraine. And please join me. Allowing your eyes to close. Letting go of anything that we expected to have happen right now. Breathing into our heart space, the place of the Most High. The place where we know that there is one power, that the divine is everywhere present. And so we lean into our own heart space to open the pathway for others to lean into their heart space. If it is comfortable for you, I invite you to rub your hands together just to create some warmth, some physical warmth, and place it on your heart. Recognizing the warmth, the light that resides within each and every one of us. Allowing that light to nurture our own being first. And then in our mind's eye, we see our light radiating from us, connecting with other lights. Those here in the sanctuary, at home, people who live in the house with you. Just see this light growing. And gaining momentum and blanketing the entire city, wherever you find yourself. Allowing this light to grow, to cover our state, our country, our world. See in your mind's eye a blanket of light. And now we direct this blanket, this force of good, to the country of Ukraine, to the people. And we allow that circle of light to expand and include the people in Russia. And let us include the leaders of the country, for them to find peace in their hearts. For we uplift people who need uplifting. Knowing without a shadow of a doubt that our love, our light has brought warmth and comfort and a sense of being heard and seen. I invite us to bring our light back into our own being. Knowing that we have done peace. Thank you. And so it is. Thank you. I invite all of us to do this every day. Our inspirational message today comes from an old Quaker saying. The message is titled, "Let Your Life Speak." But I discovered that the original Quaker saying is actually, "Let your life preach, let your light shine, so that you may," wait for it, "that your works may be seen." Let your lives preach, let your light shine, that your works may be seen. And I believe that is what we have just done. That's what we have just done. We allowed our life force to speak out into the world. The founder of Quakerism, George Fox, created this saying in the 1600s. And he wrote many, many essays laying out this theology. And what he had noticed that sometimes words that clergy would speak was different than actions clergy did. I think we stopped doing that in the 1600s. And so he wrote this appeal to the clergy, actually, to the people who said, "I want to be part of this theology," and urged them to be mindful that their actions met their words. I love that phrase. Let your life speak. If we take a moment and ask ourselves, what is my life saying out to the world? Reverend Dr. Michelle Madrano, who used to be our senior minister here for 17 years, she would say, and I'm paraphrasing, if I would be in a court trying to see if I'm guilty of being a religious scientist, would there be enough evidence? Powerful, right? Would there be enough evidence? Do my action on Tuesday morning and Thursday afternoon and in traffic and in a conflict mirror what I say I believe? Because that is really the question of this teaching. Can we go beyond conditions and see the divine in the person that is right in front of us? And is my life speaking loud enough of my values, of what I believe, of what I say I believe, that I could be convicted in a court of law? I think that's a really good question. Have you ever noticed that we humans have a tendency to ask other people of what they think we should do? Maybe that was just me. But I remember when I grew up, I was not like my younger half-sister, who knew at the age of 6 years old that she was going to be a veterinarian. No question in her mind. There was no dog safe of her. You know, they all had to come home and she would try things out on them. She knew what she was going to be. And that's what she is today. Me, not so much. I was just looking, where's my place in life? What is it that I want to do? Where do I want to give my gifts? And somebody would say, oh, we have an opening over here. Okay, I do that. Oh, you would be good at this. Okay, I do that. And so often we forget that we are the authority of our own life. Dear Annie, you know, isn't that the column that people write to? Should I? Oh, Abby, thank you. Dear Abby. Okay, then it makes more sense, right? Dear Abby? We got it. Should I divorce? Should I marry him? Should I leave? I mean, wow. Why are we so willing to give up the authority of our own life to somebody we haven't even met? But there's another part to this, let your life speak. And that is really the question, do we listen to what life, that life force within us has to say? Do we really listen to that? Do we spend time, do we lean in with curiosity to what are my passions? What is it that I am compassionate about, that I want to do? What am I equipped to do? Because we all come with individualized gifts. Have I gained the confidence to walk those out, to give them to the world? There's this beautiful quote by May Sarton. She says, "Now I become myself. It's taken time, many years and places. I have been dissolved and shaken, worn other people's faces. But now is the time that I become myself." Who gives us the authority? We do, right? We do. As a minister, sometimes we have people coming to us with these questions. And it is a fine walk to share this teaching that teaches self-empowerment and self-reliance, and not have that person feel that they are not welcomed, that we don't care. Do you see that continuum that we walk? I invite you to close your eyes. If it's comfortable, place your hand on your heart and say, I am the authority of my life. I am the authority of my life. Yeah. Yeah. And that doesn't mean we don't turn to another when we find ourselves in a crisis, when something happened, when we feel lost. That is why beautiful beloveds have been placed on our path. And I do believe that it is our work to recognize them, to recognize our cheerleaders, the people who see us, the people who believe in us even if we have just fallen down, flat on the face. The people who are standing by the door so that we may walk through it ourselves, but who are willing to hold that space for us. We are all blessed with such people. I believe it's our work to recognize them. To recognize them and not to get hung up on the ones who weren't able to be that for us. You know, the teacher who didn't see us, the parent who wasn't able to love us. Can we shift the focus away from them to the person, to the people that are saying, I see you, I love you, I believe in you. We have the opportunity to witness how this might look. One of our beloveds has listened to the calling of his life. He has heard it loud and clear. And he has devoted years to answering the call. And we would like to share a small portion of that walk with you. I would like to invite Reverend Catherine McDowell to the platform, Reverend Karen Russo. I'm inviting Bill Sneed to come out of High Watch, Reverend Leslie, Amy Diamondstein. And we'll be right here. And if you could be over here, and right there is perfect. And then Amy may be behind. And I would like to call Jeff to the platform. And so we are witnessing how it looks when a beloved is nurtured, encouraged, seen, and heard. And so I invite you to walk to each of these beloveds and receive the gift. The gift of faith. The gift of joy. I'm holding this space for Ron Trunner, who sends the gift of authenticity. Unbounded love. love. Karen Blakely holds wisdom, and my quality for you is grace. And I invite you to stand there. Reverend Jeff Hargis. Now, we invite you to step forward into serving your community as only you can. Yes. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Feel into that. How beautiful to witness another. The life force that we each have within us is undeniable. Let this be a place for you to discover yours, to walk it out into the world, because the world has been waiting for you. The world has been waiting for each one of us. I am so grateful we're on this journey together. Thank you. And let us anchor all of this goodness in prayer. I invite the practitioners and ministers of this teaching to please rise. Hold the consciousness with me that is of the divine. As I know we all have access to it right now. So if you are feeling called, just rise. And let us speak a word of oneness. Wherever we are, wherever we find ourselves in the world, the divine is right where we are. Sweet Spirit is right there, leaning over every blade of grass, saying, grow, grow. And so we step into that realization and we hear this calling that has been placed on our hearts way before we picked up this bag of bones that we walk around with. The calling to more love, revealing more peace, being a safe space for spirit to show up over and over and over. I speak a special word of blessing of all people who are hurting, people who feel lost, lending this experience of peace and wholeness to each beloved who placed a prayer request into our prayer ministry. I uplift every prayer, every calling upon the divine. And it is with a full heart, so much gratitude for the high intention that has been displayed here by these beloveds that I call this time together good and very, very good. We have made a difference in the world. Thank you, life. And so it is.